finally see Batman in therapy. Episode 3 introduced us to two sirens of Gotham City. It was everything you thought it would be. Spoilers if you aren't up to date with Batman Cape Crusader. I don't know why Bruce displaying his mother's pearls rubbed me the wrong way. I get this was an exhibit of like the jewels of Gotham. Something about the pearls themselves seemed so personal to him that to share it with the rest of Gotham seemed egotistical in a way. I don't know. A couple of things were established while Selina was shooting her shot. One was that everyone in the town knows that she is a klepto. Another is that Bruce is a hoe, which is an oddly consistent part of Batman lore. But the most interesting part of this conversation to me was Bruce trying to establish that his father was nothing like Selina, calling her father a criminal. I'm not quite sure how the Waynes are in this universe, but there are many iterations where they are dirty too. And I'm inclined to believe it's the same here, because it's impossible to be an ethical billionaire, especially in a city as dirty as Gotham. I feel like this conversation is going to come back up. That reporter was wild as fuck, and I was glad he clocked him real quick. It's my headcanon that he got fired, and that's why he was doing like PI work later. What reporter wouldn't have the wherewithal to not shit talk this close to the exhibit that you're talking about? There's no way he didn't know that Bruce Wayne was in the vicinity. He thought that he was that good of a whisperer? Like, come on. Talk that shit later. Loved every moment of his interaction with Dr. Quinzel. I wonder if she knows that he's Batman. Smiling face is a crazy foreshadow to her becoming an accomplice with the Joker. Here, just a smidge of that Harley accent in her voice. The conversation that she was having with Bruce was showing how good of a therapist she actually is. He really thinks he's out here fooling everyone, and honestly, I think everyone knows that this is a mask. She's just the only one who has the courage to say that we see through your bullshit. She does know, and she does become Harley Quinn. I wonder how that's going to affect her later, and if she's going to share that information with the Joker. But I could watch a full mini-series of her reading him to filth in therapy. And I'm glad that even when she signed off on him, she told him, like, you need this desperately, which is something that even Alfred was like, hey, you sure you're done here? I love the idea that most of the criminals are inspired by Batman. Catwoman wasn't even settled in this. Even made her version of the Batmobile, which I thought was so cute. Once again, the courtroom scenes are doing so much world building for Gotham. Harvey continues to be the worst. This man doesn't even protect his allies' interests. Even Bullock was shocked at how dirty he was. Barbara continues to serve as a mouthpiece for justice and to highlight the systematic corruption, particularly with Dent. In episode 1, he was flipping a coin to see if he would ruin a child's life. Now he in a courtroom saying, give her another second chance? I never heard that term before in my life. Another second chance. Like, he's so blatantly corrupt that I know it has to be frustrating for everyone around him. I thought Batman was going to punch this Panther in the face. I was disappointed when he threw these smoke bombs. All of his interactions with Catwoman showed how deeply he craves connection. Yeah, she's bad and she's flirting with him, but there's another level where he really likes her. I think that's why she gets under his skin so much. I was actually shocked that these cops were going to kill her because she embarrassed them a little bit. I will say that it seems like Harvey is corrupt, but mostly through peer pressure, which doesn't absolve him in my mind. Like, I still don't like him. We see, especially in this scene, that he's second guessing whether or not he's chosen the right path. And I'm sure he doesn't know how to get out of this life at this point. Kid Bruce is just as terrifying as Batman. I couldn't imagine being Alfred in this situation. Just a child waking me up in the middle of the night to say I want revenge on the villains of Gotham. I kind of blame him for not bringing him straight to therapy at this point. Then we wouldn't have Batman, so I can't be too upset. I'm glad this maid got what was hers. Not getting paid for 3 years though is wild. But I think there is a part of her who actually really loves Selina. I will say I'm sure Selina respected her a little bit more because of this. We're gonna see the repercussions of this night further in the season, not just with him sparing Selina, but also having those shots of him assaulting the police officer. Although I was super confused why he was like, yo, we're gonna have to print these shots, develop them at your crib, and then destroy the ones of Batman. At least that's what I would have said. Batman wants the cops to know that he'll fuck them up too. Like I said in my first review, ACAB Batman will always be my favorite. This is another top tier episode. I could say that it's as good as episode 2. Still a masterpiece, but I need to grade this on the scale. I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 Frankie Flames.